Hey, Harrow Fitness crew. I want to do a quick live. Just I got inspired by someone I just saw in the gym who has got one of my kind of freebie giveaways, and she told me, yeah, Greg, I'm 3 kg down. I'm like, yes, and she's smashing it. So, but one of the things she talked about was just not feeling energetic. Hey Tanya, if you got a question, drop it below and I will answer it. Okay, just give this some love. Hey Madeline, or Maddie should I say, hope you're well. So one of the things I just want to talk about was just how to get more energy and how to feel more energetic. So I think that's a big problem for a lot of people that I see nowadays. Everyone's like, oh, I'm so tired, I've got no energy. So here's a couple of steps you can do realistically to increase your energy, feel better. So let's start at the basics, shall we? The question you need to ask yourself is this: how many hours of sleep do I get? And I'll wait. Hey Vic. So actually, ladies, why don't you tell me how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Go on, let's see what everyone says. Hey Mike, hey Mighty, how you doing? Yeah, let's see. How many hours of sleep do you get? And if you're the sort of person that's feeling tired all the time, then the first place to start is sleep, right? Now, let's be honest. Some people can do better on 6 hours of sleep. Some people do better on 7 hours sleep. But most of us need a good 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. And that's a big problem, right? Because we stay up later and later trying to watch Love Island and all the other stuff. And then we have to get up early for work. So something has to give. And I think that's a big struggle for a lot of people. And it's also just making that effort to go sleep. And also, ladies, you'll get more nookie. Like, seriously, go to sleep. If you're complaining about not having nookie in your relationship, then you're missing a trick by staying downstairs and watching TV, right? So, first of all, if you're trying to get more energy, then sleep is your big one. Like, sleep is your time for your mental health to repair, and your physical health to repair. So, yeah, if you're really struggling with energy, go to sleep. And there's a few things you can do around sleep to obviously make that better. So, hey Jay. So a couple of things you can do. Obviously, number one is actually just go to bed earlier, right? Number two, that's getting rid of all the gadgets. Hey Sue, getting rid of all the gadgets in the room. So making sure the room is as dark as possible. So it becomes somewhere to sleep, right? In a minute, I think we spend so much time just in our beds with the phones on, etc. Just go to sleep. You're not going to miss anything on Facebook. It's already all stored. Yeah, it's all there. You can see it later. Do a bit of a brain dump as well. Like, just dump your thoughts of your mind, what's happened in the day, plan your day tomorrow. Just so it's out of your head, you know what you've got to do, right? So then the next day, you've got to go and execute the plan. So that's the big one. So number two, nutrition. Like, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think most of you could probably answer the question that your nutrition is probably maybe a 6 or that way inclined. So if your nutrition is not on point, then of course you're not going to feel energy. Now, again, some people are better off on slightly higher protein. Some people are better off on a slightly more fattier diet. Some people need a higher carb diet. But ultimately, the question you have to ask yourself is, how much lean sources of protein am I getting, whether that be vegetarian or animal protein? How much vegetables am I getting, so fruits, vegetables, am I getting, and where are my sources of fats coming from? And how does my diet affect how I feel? Like, if you went back and said, right, I'm going to track my food and I'm going to look at how my energy is as well, you'll probably see a correlation between the two. So if your energy is important to you, sorry, it's really dark, isn't it? If energy is important to you, then you should be thinking about what you're going to do in terms of your nutrition. And you should be looking at correlations between what's happening in your nutrition. So I think the other thing then is hydration. Are you drinking enough water? Are you just not drinking any at all? are all your drinks caffeine based, right? So caffeine plays on your adrenaline receptors, which sit on top of your kidneys, by the way, just in case you didn't know that. Pumping adrenaline through you, keep you awake, keep you alert. But after a while, you need more coffee, more caffeine to keep awake. But then, if you drink coffee too much, guess what? You fall asleep. Crazy, right? So, managing your caffeine intake is probably something you probably need to do. So you need to back off your caffeine a little bit. I'd also suggest that you just start to drink more water. It's a very simple one. And then the fourth one, I think, is a really big one, is, just who you spend your time with. Because you'll know, right, the people that just drain your energy, the people that you go back to your husband and go, oh my God, I really can't take Shelley down the road because she's a nightmare. And she just drains energy, right? So hang around people that excite you, people that invigorate you, people that challenge you, people that make you feel good about life. Those are the people you want. And it's one of the reasons why when I speak to people who I'm going to work with, I'm very fussy. I'm not taking anybody on because they need to have the right energy for me to be around my other clients, etc., etc. So, yeah, for God's sakes, hey Heather, think about the people you hang around with. Are they draining your energy or are they giving you energy? Because I think that's a really big thing. If you're struggling for energy and all these people sucking the energy out of you, then no. I think there's one more actually, and one more thing I think we should cover. Heather, if you've got a question, you want to add anything, feel free. We still need to catch up. I think the other thing we need to really think about as well is how often do you get into nature? Like how often do you get out into the woods, into fields and all that kind of stuff? I think it has two effects. One, it makes you just reduce your stress levels. Number two, helps you relax. And often I find that if I go for a walk, I'll feel better. Yeah. So, yeah, how often do you get into nature? Get out in the garden, play. Play is a massive one, I think, for everybody. Like if you're not playing enough, then I think you're gonna have real problems, right? So, play is a form of stress release. How much are you moving, etc. Yeah, and then just daily movement. Like how often are you moving? And not necessarily just in an exercise way, but in a playful way. How many times you get up and move and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, from an energy point of view, those are the things I would be looking at. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, if you can hear me, can you just give me some love just so I know that you can hear me? Yeah, I'm talking about energy and how to get more of it, because I think energy is a big problem. Yeah, so how often do you play? How often do you move? How much do you actually formally do some exercise to energize you? But also do some other stuff like, yoga is an awesome one. Tai Chi, awesome as well. Just something that's low intensity, that's just not burning you out all the time. Yeah. Cheers, Lise. Because I think we have a habit of, we all want to go hard, but then we crash. So, yeah, how much you don't have to do like weight training all the time. You can do some lower intensity stuff. Go for a bloody walk. Walking is probably the most anabolic, which means growth, exercise out there, right? So you don't always have to be training hard all the time. So, yeah, those are a couple of things. Lisa, you got any questions you want to ask me? You have the floor. So I've just talked about energy, how to get better at it, how to get more of it, how to cultivate it more in your life, because that's probably what most people need to do. And we don't realise it. We're just on the treadmill of, yeah, gotta watch more TV, and yeah. I think another one actually, just when it comes into my head, is alcohol. I think that's a really big one. I think alcohol, for me, I know that if I have too much, the next day I'm just worn out. I feel horrible. I don't feel good afterwards. So I now purposely limit how much alcohol I have and when I go to places where I know that that's going to be all around me, right? If I put myself in that situation, then of course I'm not going to be feeling good about it. So I think that's a really big one, is managing the alcohol intake, because I think it has a bigger effect. Now that we're a little bit older, we're not so resilient to it. I think it has a massive impact on my energy anyway. So yeah, that's it. I think there's like 5 different steps there. So unless anyone's got any other questions, I hope everyone finds this useful. If you've got any questions, message me. But I think energy, feeling healthy, is actually more important than the whole fat loss thing, because if you get that energy and vitality right, everything else will come. So yeah, that's it from me. So unless there's any other questions, Greggles is out. So I'll give it a couple of seconds. I don't know if I can actually see if people are typing on this one actually. I guess not. If not, I'll come back and answer any questions later. Right, Greg's out, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.